Hey guys, Cal here. I'm really excited to bring this video to you guys. I love this product. I love that the manufacturer is putting money back into the industry to be able to bring this product. This is a product that people have been asking about for the past 10 or so years, maybe even longer than that. We've had something similar to this in the mid 2000s, but since then we haven't had them. They were hard to find and they were very expensive. So if you see the two part numbers here, 60-2256 and 2257, if you guys don't know what that is, these are the brand new dual Clear Hooter horns for 1970 Triumph Bonneville and 1970 BSA A65 Lightnings. So if you have both of those bikes or either one and you don't have the proper dual Clear Hooter horns, keep watching the rest of the video because we're going to unbox these horns. We're going to show you guys, we're going to test them so you can hear what they sound like. Then obviously we're going to go over some applications and some other information. So if you guys are interested, stick around to the rest of the video and let's do an unboxing. So address the elephant in the room. There's a decal here that says tested and working. The reason why we put that on there is obviously quality control. Every set that comes in, it's inspected for quality, make sure that there's no dents, no chips. Appearance-wise, there's no issues with it, no flaws. On the electrical side of things, we actually test them together to make sure that they both work and function. So the goal is when you get these horns, all you have to do is plug in your wires, mount them to your bike, and you have your dual horn set up properly working. With that being said, we do not offer returns on electrical items. That's why we put a lot of time into making sure when you spend your hard-earned money on these horns that they're going to work guaranteed. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let's open up the box and take the horns out. Got a little bit of bubble wrap here. Got one right there. So we have both of the Clear Hooter horns. As you guys can see, it looks almost identical to an original. I'm sure they probably use a mold or however they make horns. I'm not a horn expert. I also do have an original Clear Hooter horn that we can use for reference so you guys can see them side by side, obviously from a restoration point of view. Right off the bat, this is a 1970 version, and what makes it the 1970 version as opposed to the 1969 is the 70 has a large cover here and it has a removable screw so you can pop it off. So it's a metal cover. The entire horn appears to be powder coated. I wouldn't say it's a very high gloss, it's kind of more of a semi-gloss, but it does look like the type of finish that probably would have been on an original bike. It's not overly done. It does have the proper bracket so you can mount it to your motorcycle. The hole spacing is correct, and I have confirmed that with an actual bracket. This is very important. This horn is correct for motorcycles, right? Some people might say, oh, well, this is just a regular car horn. Not true. This rectangle shape here is very iconic to the 1970 Clear Hooter horn. So that rectangle shape separates it from, let's say, a car that typically has more of a D shape. It does have the proper two wires, right? One is power, one is going to be for ground. The leads are pretty generous. They're long, so you can also cut them. If you're not happy with the color, you can put some shrink wrap tubing over it, things of that sort. So for comparison, I have an original Clear Hooter horn here. The only differences that I see comparing them is it doesn't have the H or L letter in the rectangle to designate a high or a low. So it doesn't have that. It doesn't have the markings Clear Hooter or Made in England on the back. If you were to put them side by side, as you guys can clearly see here, there's not much of a difference appearance-wise. They look the same. They sure do sound the same. So that's pretty much my take on it. I don't want to say 100% correct. It's like 99.9, but for me, they're pretty much the same. So now that we got that out the way, I got an auxiliary battery that we can use so you guys can actually hear the sound of what a high and a low note Clear Hooter horn sound together. All right, so we're going to do some testing of the horns. We're going to test them each and then also test them together in sync. We're going to put this material down here to act as a block from the table so it doesn't ground out, and to also dampen these because they do vibrate. So we got the leads right here. Got our positive lead, the negative on this one, positive. All right, so that one works. We're going to join these together. All right, let's give it a shot. There you go. So both of them work. Let's see if we can hold it a little bit longer so you guys can hear the sound. I'm going to hold these and dampen them. All right, there you go. All right, so as far as application goes, I went over some of that earlier. These are specifically correct for 1970 Triumph Bonneville and 1970 BSA A65 Lightnings because of the features and appearance of this particular horn. However, the 1969 version is not being produced, or at least at the time of this video. So the best way to stay up to date is to look at the link below so you guys can actually see that. At a point, there was a time that the 69 versions were being reproduced. I hope the manufacturer decides to make the 69 version as well, just like the 1970s. So for the 1970 Clear Hooter horns, not all Triumph Bonneville or A65s came with them. A lot of them came with the TR6 style horn, which is your typical round or flat style horn. I have a really good blog post that I wrote a few years back. I want to put that in the link below so you guys can actually see a little bit more information as far as what is correct and what is not correct. Now, some of you guys might ask, well, I have a 1969. Can I run these horns? If you have the proper bracket for a 69 Bonneville and a 69 A65 Lightning, yes, you can run these horns. The horn mounting, the horn bracket, and the whole spacing distance is the same from a 70 or 69 Clear Hooter horns. The only difference is the actual style and the size of the horn itself. I almost forgot, and I can't believe I forgot. I said Bonneville and Lightning. I can't believe I forgot the Trident. So the Trident and also the BSA A75, which is a Rocket III, 1970, these are correct. If you have a 69 as well, not correct, but they will fit. Now, from an investment point of view, a restoration point of view, I do think that it does give the bike more value because it is technically more correct. So from that point of view, if you guys are wanting to buy these horns, look at it from an investment point of view, just to make sure that your motorcycle does have the correct type of hardware like it did when it left the factory. All right, so that's going to wrap up today's video. If you guys are interested in purchasing your own set of horns, take a look at the description below. It'll take you to the website so you guys can make a purchase. Please make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It definitely helps. I appreciate your guys' support. With that being said, I appreciate you guys watching today's video. I'll see you on the next one.